I think I said this before, that we all have a talent. If it's talent to sing, talent to act, talent to speak or motivate others, even talent to make or create things. Some of us, we don't even know what's hidden inside of us, what hasn't been discovered yet. Well, there is no business like show business. I could tell you a story, but I'd rather let my guests speak after the break.
The Via Mia Show is sponsored by the following people.
I met this lady a long time ago, and I always wanted to have her on my show, meet her face to face. Strong, ambitious woman who created something that this country, obviously, or this place really needed. She brought it from somewhere else. We're going to hear about it very shortly. Maria Jose Doyle, who is founder of Universal Artists Management. Hello, Maria Jose.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you very much. Number one, for accepting my invitation. Then you brought us here
Thank
to
you
your
for
office,
having me.
to
It's
your
a pleasure.
place. So before we start, I mean, I always like to start with this because I want to know a little bit of your background. I know, number one, you're coming from somewhere else. I already said that in the introduction. Where did you come from?
I'm from Uruguay, Montevideo, Uruguay, in South
Interesting.
America. Yeah,
Right, from the capital.
we're all coming from different places.
I know,
Don't we?
exactly. So how long you've been here?
I've been here since 1988.
1988. So now, what do you do now? You created very interesting talent agency, which is to me like more than a talent agency. We're going to talk about it a little later. How did it happen? How did it start?
Well, as a matter of fact, I used to be an actor, a singer, and a dancer. And then I started having babies. And I thought, well, I can't continue with this kind of lifestyle. And something, all of a sudden I thought, okay, maybe what about Universal? And in 2000 actually, I started Universal Artist Management.
So is it because you still wanted to remain in the business, but you just
Always.
didn't want to act, right?
Always.
So
Well, it's very difficult when you're having babies and you're raising kids and the schedule, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I've been in the business, you know, in the entertainment business since I was 14 years old. And I don't know what to do. I don't know anything else. You know what I mean? This is my
I
my
completely
love.
understand you. We have very
Yeah.
similar background, except I can't act. And you said that you
I
were
help
also.
you. I'll teach you.
So that will be something we can talk about it as well. So do you? I know about you that you were also, like you said, that singer.
Yes, I used to be.
So, well, no, if you're a singer, you can't forget singing. So you still can sing, right?
Yes, of course you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have some pictures of you being a singer, and does your agency, what you do you also represent singers?
No, just voiceover talent. Yeah,
So
not,
okay,
not
so
singers.
if I want to become your client, if I want you to help me to grow and be in the entertainment business, so where would I start from, and what can I become?
Well, basically, the people that I take are actors who have either formal training or experience, and of course, experience is a plus. But sometimes actors come from, you know, different acting schools, and they have the training, and that is extremely important for them in the business. You know, it's a very cutthroat type of business, and if you don't have the formal training, you can't survive. So definitely formal training if you are an actor. If you are a voiceover talent, definitely you need voiceover experience, voiceover training, demo reels, voice demos. So the different and definitely if you're an actor, you need pictures. good, very good headshots.
Yeah, I saw a
basically
lot of pictures, and there we go through them a little bit, but they are all your clients.
Yes.
Yeah. So you represent them. So when people come to you, so you're saying they have to have already experience in what they are going to build. Like if they're actors,
definitely training and experience. They could have, if they're new in the business, if they have the training, they can probably do some independent films, student films, and that it gives them, the foundation. And then from there on, it's my job to represent them and send them out for auditions and get into the mainstream. TV shows, film and television, commercials.
If they don't have a training and you recognize the talent is there anyway, you still would guide them to get the proper training?
Yes. They have to have something. Mainly they have to have passion, commitment to be an actor. Sometimes if they are young, it's much easier because it's easier to mold a young person. An older person is harder because they are very set on their ways, and they need to trust the agent.
Yes.
To follow them.
I know, because these days people are looking for guarantees, right? And they're
There's
really
no
not
such a thing.
Yes, because okay, let's say I want to be an actress. I really want to make it in that industry, but there's so many of them already.
Yes, it's true.
How am I going to make myself so stand out and unique?
Well, I think there's different things that actors need to be aware of. First of all, if you're an actor, you need to have a good headshots. That's number one. Secondly, be committed, be determined. Continue studying. Either if you cannot afford, get together with other actors, practice scene studies, audition technique, work, with other actors if you cannot afford it. But and also understand, listen, having good directions. If you're going for an audition and the director is giving you directions, it's so important to listen. So when you get the directions, you can do exactly what the director wants you to do. So listening skills is, I would say, number one.
I've heard somewhere that to listen to the orders of the director, it's not really always working with individuals, in front of camera.
That's true, but at the end of the day, the director is the one who decides who or she's going to be casting.
You said something very interesting. You said the people they can't afford. So that means that even those people, they really don't have, the way to support themselves or pay for the training. There's still opportunity for them as well?
Well, we have here actors who get together in our office, and they work together, and it has become beyond they cannot afford it. It has become more like a community co-op.
It's like a family, right?
Exactly. So actors get together once a week in my office. I have my assistant and another actor who they work with, and it's just for them to practice, to build, to bond between them, and feel like they belong somewhere.
Yeah.
I used to be an actor, and I remember going to auditions, and you see tons of people, and sometimes it's overwhelming, If you feel grounded by working with actors from your own roster, from the same agency, it makes you feel calm, more confident, and I think it helps.
But does this involvement with other actors give them some credentials for the future? Because they obviously don't have training, right? Like you said, they have to have something.
For most part, my actors have training. I don't like to take actors without training.
Yes.
However, if they are young actors and they have, sometimes they do drama at school, which is very different doing drama than film and television. So they need some to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Whether they go to an acting class or they work with other actors in different areas, so they can transfer the knowledge to film and television. But acting is like ongoing.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing experience.
It's another thing that I noticed. You said that to kind of come here and do the training and to be an actress, they have to have a headshot. And
Yes.
you said it a couple times. It seems like it's very important.
It's extremely important.
So
It's
that's
your
kind of
business
opening
card.
a door, right,
Yes.
for them. That's what you're talking
Well,
about.
basically, the way we work is the agents, we have all the breakdowns online, so we submit online. So the headshot is obviously, it's like the business card.
Yeah.
And then, of course, their resume and demo reels. If they have experience, you know, in different TV shows or film, or even independents or
Yeah.
student films, if they can compile it and put it as a demo reel, it's very, very important because it gives them the opportunity for casting directors to see their work.
So if okay, so what except actors, voiceovers, that's probably going to be it in terms
Yes,
of talents,
actors,
right?
yeah.
Voiceovers. There's a lot of people, they're interested in voiceovers these days.
That's
I
true.
noticed.
That's true.
Yeah, so they're actually using only their voice. So that's and for that I would understand that the training is very important.
It is important. Now, I should tell you that one of the things that I specialize in my agency is when it comes to actors for film, television, and voiceovers. I specialize in ethnic actors and languages.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, I do have actors with a different background, British, you know, Canadian as well. But I love culture.
Yes, I wanted to
Yes,
come there
I love
later.
culture.
Please don't do this to me because I wanted to get this little later, and I will definitely because that's uniqueness about your agency, and I want to talk about it. When we were talking about the headshot and stuff, where when I take training and I become your client, where can I see myself ending up in the movies, documentaries? Where else I could be?
Yourself? I would say you commercials.
Okay. Oh no, please.
Unless you
Commercial-
want to be, you know, the ninja of Europe or something like that.
No ninja. I prefer Mia, but it's okay. So yes, okay. So commercials, movies, documentaries.
Yes,
Where
we do
else?
corporate videos, documentaries, film and television, commercials, industrials. I mean, I think, you know, any actor can be whatever they want to be, really, and depending how they brand themselves, how, you know, how they go about. Some people are very good at changing looks as well. But I would say if someone is booking with one look, just stay that way, you know.
Yeah.
Don't change anything. If something works, don't change it.
Yeah. So do you usually help people to be and remain who they really are, or are you helping them to kind of have more faces, be
Well,
more
I mean,
versatile?
if somebody does well and with what, you know, it does well, there's no need to change. But sometimes actors, because either they're new or they're not have that confidence level where they don't know who they are, we try to find what's their branding. We're trying to figure out what's going to be the best.
And you are helping them.
Of course, it's
to,
a process.
to find their
yeah, my
spot.
job is not just submit
Yes.
the talent. It's
Yeah.
mentor them. It's manage them. It's encourage them.
That's great.
You
Like
know?
a tutor.
Yes,
to them.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's,
That's great.
They're my babies.
Yeah, I know. I believe that. I don't really want to interrupt you for a long time, just for maybe a few seconds. And the same with you, and we'll be with you after the short break.
The Via Mia Show is sponsored by the following people.
We are back with Maria Jose Doyle, who is founder of Universal Artists Management. And I haven't mentioned, but it's been popping up on the screen. Her website is universalartistsmanagement.com. And I am not going to repeat it anymore because it's such a difficult, all these 3 words.
It's too long.
Especially for somebody whose English is not first language.
That's true.
So I'm going back now. What you little bit started, you touched one topic that I found very interesting. And I think that's the uniqueness of your agency. I don't know how many agencies are like that you focus on multicultural
That's right.
talents, right?
Yes.
So you bring people from all over the world, any culture, and you like working with them, different languages.
Yes.
So that means they don't have to really bring English language on the screen, right?
No, actually, because we are here in Vancouver, most of the film and television, they always need someone from Europe, someone from South America, someone from Mexico, someone from India, and this is the beauty of our country and our city. We have all this talent from different cultures,
you find a little bit of everything.
and I just embrace them, and I just find it to be amazing to deal with people from different cultures. I try to appeal to them, learn words, trying to, it just, it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
And I just treat them as family.
So when you say that you pick up some words from others, so did you learn something?
Well, it's just because when you have friends from different cultures, you just want to learn. I want to learn, and over the years, besides I speak Spanish, I learned French, Italian, Portuguese. So when you try to communicate with people in their own language, even though if I say a few words, they love it.
I'm sure everybody likes it because you show them you're interested in their culture.
Yes, and respect for their culture and the language, and it happens when you go to restaurants and you can speak some Korean.
I know.
Or it's just great. I love it.
So when you have somebody coming from different culture, so that particular person, let's say, still has a heavy accent or a very distinct accent, so obviously you're going to be choosing or finding a role or position for that person that would be suiting to her culture, right?
That's right. If someone has a very strong accent, I usually recommend them some tutoring, some dialect training, and but if not, I just got this beautiful girl from Austria, and she almost has no accent, but a huge resume from Austria. She's been very popular in Austria. She brings a lot of experience. Yeah. So I'm excited that I'm the first one in Vancouver representing her, and see how we develop our future together.
That is really nice. When you said that you would recommend people they have accent to go through some training, would you actually want them to encourage them to lose the accent or soften it?
Well, it all depends. Like if you want to be more marketable, and if you're able to speak without the accent, and do American accent, standard American accent, and then go back to be able to put on the accent, it opens up the doors for you.
Yeah.
Because then you have the language, you can get rid of the accent when it's needed, you can speak more the American accent, the standard American English accent, and then you have languages. So it opens up the opportunities for them.
This is so, that really interests me when you talk about the accents, because I never really thought, I know it exists, but training that you can reduce or bring the accent up or bring different accent, that's probably a lot of work.
There is some actors out there who train other actors in different dialects. And as a matter of fact, we had, not too long ago, I have an actor by the name of Trish Allen. She came here, we did a workshop, 4 classes, and she worked with all the people with accents, like myself. She worked with different actors at the same time, and she had to do actually do some research, because obviously someone who speaks Spanish is different from someone who speaks Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
So, but basically the foundation is the same, but she readjust a few things here and there depending on the language. And there's techniques, trying, because once we once you switch from one language to another, the muscles work differently.
I know. Well, I thought it always depends on the position of jaws
Exactly.
and stuff like that. That's what makes it
The
different.
positioning.
Yes, exactly. So that means they have to reposition it.
Yeah, they have to reposition and they loosen up all the muscles, and we have to do exercises like singing. Well, you're a singer. It's all the exercises, singing, exercising, muscles, and then of course listening, and learn a different way of speaking.
You have to have music ear to really do the accents, or don't you?
It will help.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It will help.
I noticed that the people, they have that ability and they're good singers and musicians. They work better with changing
Oh,
accents.
definitely. If you have a good ear, it's much easier to switch.
Yeah. So in terms of the talents, what you've been working with, what you worked and you don't anymore, is there any names that we would recognize?
Well, as a matter of fact, I think one of my clients was on your show, Johnson
who's that?
Fan, who is a
Of
stand
course.
actor performer. So he's a sweetheart. He's been with me for ages, and he's doing really well.
And he's a very good friend.
Yes.
Really, really nice person.
Yes, nice people. I have different actors, different levels. They are all very close to me, you know, in my heart, and I try to work very hard with them. So in reality, they're all special in their own ways.
Well, I can see there stands on the
Yes.
above us, and I know that you have more. They just don't have the pictures.
Yes,
that
I have
they
some
bring.
more actors, excuse me, who don't have their picture on the wall, but as you can see, they're all different colors, culture.
Yes, I can see. Very multicultural. So, and how are you finding your or they're finding you, obviously?
I think for most part, either by referral or they just send you an email. I have the website. I've been in business since 2000, so it's basically by word of mouth.
Yeah.
And they, usually actors approach it that way.
So what happens, let's say somebody's watching the show now and they feel that this is where I should be. I really think that I should be working with this woman. I want to be there. I think that I have something there. Of course, they will contact you. What starts first is to be the training.
Well,
then.
I guess the first thing first is for them to go to the website, Universal Artist with an S, management.com. There is a link that it shows you what the requisites are, what they need in order to apply. The best way to apply is obviously via email. Sending me picture, resume, and they have a link to their demo reel. And then we'll take it from there. If I'm interested, I will get back to them within 2 weeks or something like that.
Well, that's great. So hopefully we encouraged some of you. How about if somebody's got that strong will or wish to be an actor, but the talent is not there or is lacking? Is it something that you can gain?
It's very difficult. It's very
Because talent
difficult.
is something that we were born with, right?
I think so. I think so. The talent is something that is within. You learn a lot of things, but in my case, I would not have the time to help someone who is just coming out of the street and say, "Oh, I want to be an actor."
Well, you are not the one who's providing the training. When they come to you, you would recommend
them. If I'm interested in them, if I see that they have what they need, I will recommend them. If they don't know, most people, who have been in the business, they know who is who. But if they're new, I'll be happy to give them some direction. That's for sure.
Is there any so far unrecognized person you would like to work with and you haven't yet?
Not really. I mean,
No?
there's so many actors out there.
Yeah.
I would like to be the biggest agency in town, but you know what I mean. That's a dream.
You're
right?
on your way,
But I
so-
am working.
Yes.
I'm working very hard, and I love the people that I'm working with. And life is a process. You know what I mean?
I know you're on your way because I see on your walls you have quite a few rewards.
That's true.
Which one is to you that's standing out really?
Well, I got in 1999. I got a self-entrepreneurial award. As a matter of fact, I started my business with. I was sponsored by. At that time was employment. I think it's called Work BC right now. I'm not sure. So I got sponsored to start my own business through the SEEDS program, which is a self-employment program, and I won for Surrey because I was starting in Surrey. I won among all the the entrepreneurs of that year, 1999, across the province.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was something you're very proud of, I can tell. Well, you should be. Yeah.
It was good, and I didn't really think that I was gonna win. I was, when I got the award, I have to talk to, come to the podium, and it's oh my God.
Well, come on, you're an actress. So.
I know, but it's funny. If you don't practice, you forget. You just don't have that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. I'm everything that I do in life, I put 110%.
Yeah, of course. So I have only one thing to ask, and that is the signing the cup.
Of course.
Because unfortunately, this is kind of goodbye thing.
Thank you.
You run out of the time, and while you're doing it, I would like to thank you again. It was Maria Jose Doyle. You can find her on, please say your website.
Yes, Universal Artist Management.
You're much better.
And I welcome to actors to submit their picture and resume. I'm open to all ethnicities and all languages, and I'm looking for just talent. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, just talent.
And I'm sure that's going to happen. Hopefully you got it, enjoyed the whole half an hour, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.